Welcome to the letter Q in the Incy alphabet. Bite-sized lettering tutorials for your busy life. Today in Q, we're going to be creating an exaggerated Q. Sometimes in lettering, you want to create areas that are larger than what a downstroke would typically be to give them a look of importance, or especially if it's the first letter of a word, you might want to just give it a little something extra. For this type of Q, I want you to draw, of course, a mark on your page, and then an O sort of shape, like you're going to do a script O, but then we're going to actually continue this line up and then have it curve out like that. So it's a bit of a modified Q, but I thought it might be fun if we could try something a little bit different. So your loop around like an O, and then here, curl it down and over, and that will give you the Q. Now the areas that we're going to be expanding are this area, which would be a downstroke, so that does make sense, and then also the ending of the Q, so that it's got like this big important, I was going to say foot, but normally you don't think of a foot as being very important, but like this big important encore right at the very end of the letter. So let's start to draw in our downstrokes. You're going to want to draw in an area in here where you're going to be able to not just do a regular downstroke, but we're going to be adding something really special to it to make this letter even more amazing. So make sure on your upstroke as well that you do have enough width that you'll be able to draw an inline and have space on either side. Continue that as if it goes underneath this front line. And then when you bring it around to the front here, we are going to make it even larger than this part of the downstroke. Normally you like to have your downstrokes be about the same, but like I said, we're exaggerating this letter. So it's like a caricature of a letter where some parts, like maybe the nose or the lips, are really big, and then the other parts are just more normal. You wouldn't want to caricature everything, otherwise you probably wouldn't be a caricature artist for long. People would just be offended. Now, to exaggerate this, we're going to expand it on the other side as well. So using that line sort of as a guideline, don't worry about it being in the center. We're just using it to build the rest of our letter. It's more of a build line than a guideline here. And it's definitely not our final midline. So we are going to be erasing all of these overlapping parts and drawing another midline in there. Now let's add the weight to the front. We want to make this part really large, so you're going to want to build up some down below, build that curve around, and also build up some on the top here and bring it around. We really want this front to stand out. So you can see I've got lots of lines happening in here. And then you're going to go in and erase those out and then just smooth those lines all the way around. And that is day one. We've got a really interesting Q starting out here where we drew our O shape and then added on that front portion of the Q. It sort of looks like a Q now, but the additions that we'll do next day and the day after will really cement this as a beautiful alternative caricature Q.